Hi, my name is Mr. John. I'm an expert about libel suits in UK. I'm here with you to speak about libel tourism in UK. The expression of libel tourism was invented by Geoffrey Robertson. The actual defamation law of UK provides a better defense for accused of making derogatory statements. A lot of celebrity and businessmen bring defamation suits in UK, in Britain. Britain international reputations for free speech was being damaged by the spread of liberal tourism. We could note a few cases where people use the UK jurisdiction to sue somebody even if there is no evidence of substantial publication in this country. I will present you three famous cases about libel tourism in UK. The first one is about an Ukrainian businessman sued an Ukrainian newspaper in UK. The article published about corruption in Kiev, and it mentions the name of the businessman. Even if the article was written in Ukrainian and it's concerned only 100 Britons, the newspaper had to apologize to him, and the defamatory was settled. The second case is about two Russian, Boris Berezovsky and Georgy Glushkov. They sued the American magazine Forbes about their activity in their countries. The magazine accused them for gangsterism and corruption in their country. Even if only 6,000 copies were viewed and published in UK against 780,000 copies in US. We can note there is a really big difference between the two countries. There is a bigger influence in United States, but they sued the magazine in UK. The firm didn't succeed to prove that allegations were true, so the Russians ruled on defamation in UK. The last case is the Ehrenfeld case. Dr. Rachel Ehrenfeld wrote a book about terrorism. She mentions Khalid bin Mahfouz in her book. She named him in connection with terrorist financing. Mahfouz is famous to be a serial libel tourist, and he passed over allegations in silence, in particular that he has covertly channeled money from this vast fortune to Al Qaeda. But Ehrenfeld published her book only in United States. But where the burden of proof is upon the plaintiff. But 23 copies were purchased on internet and imported in UK. On the basis of these 23 copies, Mahfouz brought a defamation suit to Ehrenfeld in London High Court of Justice, where libel laws effectively deem defendants guilty until he proves himself he is innocent. An English judge finally ordered Rachel to pay £100,000 to Mahfouz to destroy all copies in UK and to apologize him in major papers. She refused this judgment, and she contested Mahfouz in New York. This case shows us how it's easy to sue somebody in UK, whatever if the allegations are true or false or whatever. This practice harms the free speech. The bill will bring a new solution for libel tourism. First, I would like to repeat that Turkey has a really bad reputation about libel tourism in the world. This reputation has even crossed the Atlantic Ocean. In 2010, Obama signed into law legislation a protection for US writers from foreign libel judgment. These rulings are virtually enforceable in US courts. The bill brings us two solutions for the libel tourism. The first is the claimant will have to demonstrate that he was damaged more in Britain than overseas before judge accept the libel action. We can read it in the Article 9 of the bill. I can read this section applies unless the court satisfied lack of all the places in which the statement complained of has been published. England and Wales is clearly the most appropriate place. Then the honest opinion as defense, if it's basis on, as it's not in the bill also, any facts existed at time of the publication of the Defamation Act. The defendant doesn't have to prove his saying to defend himself anymore against defamation suit. With this bill, we can note the previewed cases weren't settled on defamatory. I think this bill is a huge step to more equality between the rights of the defendant and the claimant to respect the principle of fair trial. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.